Hello, I'm Jacob McGee, and this is my 2026 in the bag. My buddy and I started a new channel, and his in the bag will be coming out next, or a video or two. So, yeah, I'll continue with mine. So, for my putting putters, I've got two Coffee Blend Wizards, specifically the pumpkin spice ones. These just feel the best. They're not too gummy, not too stiff. And they pretty much feel about the same in pretty much all conditions. So that's what I really like these. They're probably the most comfortable feeling putters. So on to my throwing putters. I've got two throwing putters, which pretty much I mainly use for off the tee. This is a S-Line P3X. This is my straight to more stable throwing putter. And I'll have shots, I'm sure, up, but yeah, I like this because it'll hold a hyzer, or I can throw it flat and then I know it's not going to go right on me, it's just going to go straight and then fade out. And then I got my more straight to understable throwing putter, which is the Exo-Hard Link. You can start this on a hyzer or pop up flat, maybe turn a little bit, but it's pretty much for dead straight shots. These two pretty much cover everything I need. Don't really, need anything else in the bag for throwing putters anyways. And then I've got two what I call approach discs. I got the War Spear and the Toro. So first I'll talk about the War Spear. This is my more straight or in the woods kind of approach disc. Kind of reminds me of a bird, which if you see in the future videos, you'll see that these two might be interchangeable, but I'm probably going to be sticking with the War Spear. It flies pretty much like a bird, so pretty much any approaches that are straight or need a little bit of ante that pans, I'll be using the War Spear. And then the Toro is a little bit faster. It's like your typical zone slot, but I just like the Toro a little better. Yeah, this is for more like if I need a hyzer, or flat and I need it to dump. That's kind of what this is. Very reliably stable. I will use this off the tee, just not very often. Next, on to my mid ranges. You're gonna see I have a very simple bag. I've got 4 mids, and I'll start with my most stable because that's in order. It looks like. I got the deflector. This is my most overstable mid. I use this a lot for forehands that the Toro won't reach, so probably like around 260 probably and in. Or if it's too windy for the Toro, this I know can fight the wind. I will use it on backhand too, but it's more of a forehand disc for me. Next, I got a little bit less stable, but it's still a stable mid. I like the MD4 for this slot because I can get a little bit more push than the deflector. So I can throw this on a hyzer and know it's going to hold the hyzer and push left on a backhand. I don't really use it for forehand at all, just pretty much all backhand. But yeah, something I can also throw flex lines with. And yeah, this has became one of my favorite mids. Next, I've got definitely my favorite mid in the bag and most used. It's the MD3, specifically the Iron Samurai 3 run, but pretty much all MD3s fly pretty much straight. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just a nice straight mid that pushes straight. I can throw it on hyzer. It can hold a hyzer. If I throw it on ante, it'll hold and pan, but pretty much just a dead straight mid. Next, I've got the Meteor. This is my understable throwing mid, and it's really nice to have something in the bag that I can start on a hyzer and flip up and know it's going to turn right. More for in the woods, but I will use it on open shots as well. Next, on to my fairway drivers. And I've got, let's see, looks like I've got 7. These are more of my forehand fairways, and these are pretty much all backhand fairways. And I'll start with the most stable one again. This is the Volt. I actually like this a lot more than I thought I was going to. I throw this on a hyzer or flat, and I know it's going to push and not really turn much on me. It's a nice straight to stable fairway driver, and I like this more than I thought I was going to. So next I've got a Eclipse Glow Servo, and my buddy Kyle actually recommended this mold to me because I've been having a hard time finding a fairway that I liked. And I picked this up and I actually really like it, and it filled that slot exactly what I wanted it to do. Started on the hyzer, flip up, turn a little bit, and then fade at the end. So it's a nice straight fairway driver for me. Next I've got the Roadrunner, the Champion Roadrunner, and this is a nice, reliably understable fairway, but not completely uselessly understable. I can throw this on a hyzer, flip it up, and turn, but it won't come back like the servo. It'll just keep turning. It's kind of like that Meteor, where I can start it like this, flip up, and just get more distance than the Meteor. Next, I've got my kind of utility fairway. So this one's really, really understable, and I like this for rollers mostly, but I will use it for scramble shots as well. Just, you can start it like this, flip it up, and just, you know it's going to be on a roller angle. Or if you throw it on a patent pending in the woods, barely soft, and you can just get it to flip up and turn. Next, I want to say more sidearm discs. I got two FD3s. This one's a little straighter. It's been beat in. So on a forehand in the woods that I need something to go straight, but I know is going to fade out, this FD3 is really nice for that. So definitely a workhorse forehand disc in my bag. I use this from 280, 290 and in. I can push it 300, but I typically don't. Next, I've got the Doombird. This is a more stable version of that, and it's probably the most, if not one of the most stable runs of FD3. I really like it because I can throw this on an ante and know it's going to come out of it pretty quickly. Same thing on a backhand. It's something that's really nice if I don't want to go too far on a hole. Like if it's 270, I can throw this on a hyzer and know it's just going to keep pushing left and not flip it all on me. It's really good for in the wind as well. And then I've got my utility forehand or scramble disc, and it's the Splice. I feel like I don't need to explain this disc. It's pretty much a more throwable tilt, and you can throw it on any angle and you know it's just going to fight right out of it. Definitely the most stable disc in my bag. Now on to my, what I like to call control drivers. I've got two PDs and one Halo Beast. I will start with the PDs. This is my more stable one. This is the Color Glow one, and I really like this because I can throw it flat and I know it's stable enough to just dump on me. And I can throw it on a hyzer and know it's going to hold the hyzer. Probably throw this around 360. And I've got the S-Line PD. This one's a little straighter than that. I can start this on a hyzer, flip up and pretty much just go straight with a little bit of fade. These control drivers are really nice, and I put them in a slot of their own just because you can get distance driver distance out of them with fairway driver control. So if you need something to land in the fairway, they're really nice for that. But this goes about 380 for me, just on a dead straight line for me. Next, I've got probably my favorite control driver, which is the Halo Beast. These, I actually used to have a bunch of these when I first started, and it was my destroyer mold. And I like that it stayed in my bag this long just because I like that reliable flip I can get out of it. It's nice. It's a hyzer flip up, and it turns and it fades. It can go like 400. You can get some good distance driver distance with control out of the Beast. It's probably closest to that servo. And then the fun part. I've got 6 distance drivers, and I will start with the most understable. I've got the Scorpius in the bag for my hyzer flip turnovers. This is like a longer version of the Roadrunner, where I know I can throw it hard on a hyzer, it'll flip up and just turn right and not burn on me, but just keep turning right. Next I've got, this is probably the flippiest of the Emperors just because I've had it in the bag the longest and it's been beat in now. This is my controlled bomber. This is something I can flip up, turn, and I know it's going to come out of it. It's not quite beat into where I want it yet, but it does go pretty far, and this is my main distance driver. If I'm going for distance, more times than not, I'm reaching for this. And then something in between these two Emperors, I've got this new S-Blend Emperor. It's pretty much a straight. It doesn't really, you know, I can get some turn out of it, not a lot. And then a little bit of fade at the end. This is just a really nice straight distance driver, and hoping to beat this in to where that is. And that will hopefully be where the Scorpius is. So then I've got another Emperor, which is the newest of the three and not as beat in, but I can throw this on a hyzer. It'll flip up, but not really turn on me at all, and then it'll fade. This is definitely a more stable of the three Emperors that I've got. And then I've got a Boss and a PD2. The Boss and the PD2 pretty much fly identical, but this one pushes, the Boss just pushes a little bit farther than the PD2. It's something I know I can throw in a hyzer and it's not going to flip really. It doesn't flip up much. Or if it's too windy for the Emperors, I will throw this. I just threw it in a really windy tournament, and it does flip up a little bit, but not too much. This is something I know is going to fade out there in the wind and can hold up to the wind. And then this is more like if I throw something about 360 on a hyzer and I know it's just going to spike right down to. Pretty stable. I do use this for forehands as well. I haven't really done a whole lot of forehands with the Boss yet. These, as far as distance drivers go, these are pretty much my forehand discs. I don't forehand a lot, so yeah, this is probably my main forehand disc, if you will. But yeah, it's PD2. You probably know what it does. It's nice, stable distance driver. And that is my in the bag.